Try this. There will be a hot chocolate salt during break. Salt. At the library. Let's do it quietly, guys. We only have 10 minutes. Okay, let's look at the first one. Now you have your formula sheet. During examination, you have your formula sheet, you see something like this. You look at this, it looks almost the same as this. You see that? Because the theta is the same, it's 15 and 50. And then we have that 2, and it's a combination of sine and cos. So this simply means this will be sine of 2 multiplied the angle is 50. So this will be a sine of 30 degrees. And we know that 30 degrees is 1/2. Using the formula sheet, the formula sheet is saying the sine of 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. Here we have 2 sine 15, cos 15. So it means this is, the angle is the same, and we have a combination of sine and cos, and we also have a 2 that side. Make sense? This one, it's a cos. You see? Look at the first one. It is there, your formula sheet. Cos squared of theta, sine squared of theta. We have the same angle 15 and 15. So it simply means this is a double angle of cos. So this will be a cos of 2 multiplied by 15, and this will be a cos of 30, which is the same as square root of 3 over 2. Special angle. We fine? Yes. Okay. Guys, in your formula sheet, you have these. That's why I want you guys to always read the formula sheet. We have a double angle of cos. We also have a double angle of sine. Cos has 3 options. The first one is this one, cos squared theta minus sine squared theta. The second one is 1 minus 2 sine squared of theta. Okay? And then the third one is 2 cos squared of theta minus 1. All of these, they come from this guy. Now, when you are given a problem, you look at which one relates to what you have in the formula sheet. When you look at the first one, it's a sine and a cos. And a sine and a cos is only produced by the double angle of sine. So you see that you have a 2, you have a sine, you have a cos, and the angles are the same. So this is directly your sine of 2 theta. But you don't have theta here. What do you have? 15. So your angle is 15. Your common angle is 15. So it's going to be the double angle of sine with theta being 15. So this is 2 times 15. When you multiply 2 by 15, will give you 30. And then how we get the 1 over 2? We use our special angle triangle. Makes sense? We do the same thing for cos. When you look at this one for cos, you have a cos squared of 15 and minus the sine squared of 15, which is almost the same. It's actually the same as which 15 being the theta. You see? And then we just use the double angle of cos. If you look at, you have 3 options. You have 1, 2, 3 options for cos. But for sine, there's only just 1. So once you see a combination of sine and cos, you know it's the sine double angle. Ne? Let us now deal with C. What is this? What will be the answer? It's gonna be? Don't forget this. If it's the sum of sine squared and cos squared, our answer will simply be, we have learned that in grade 11. Identities, we have learned that in grade 11. So this is what we learned in grade 11. Remember, use the formula sheet. Unfortunately, the one in grade 11, they are not in the formulas. You have to remember. This one, remember. Remember that. And B stands for? Notice one. Right. Volunteer for D. Grades off. D. Somebody say yellow, we are going to be a bit slow. Oh. Right, the answer will be? Let's start with the first step. It's cos. Beautiful. And our answer will be? Got it off? You got 1 over? Once we show it. Guys, when you get here, let me tell you something about this special angles. You can use a calculator, but you need to know the steps to get to the special angle. And when you get to the special angle, and you plug in the calculator, don't write it as a decimal. Write it as a side or as a ratio. We will not know if we use a calculator or not, because we can't call it. Yes? No, you must expand it. Let me raise this. Now, let's make a plan. Let's start first by reducing it. I told you that it is very important that we work only with acute angles. So I'm gonna say negative sine. Am I going to use 180 or 360? So this will be 180. Is it a plus or minus? Minus. Minus how much? 180. What do I subtract here? 165. 50. And the cost, I'm doing the same thing. 180 minus 50. So we had a negative. 180 minus theta, which quadrant is that? 180 minus theta, which quadrant is that? Second quadrant. What's the ability to sign the second quadrant? Positive. So the sign is fine. We have a sign of 15. Let's count the side. We said this is the second quadrant. What's the ability to cause in the second quadrant? It is negative. So I'm going to have a negative cos of 15. Are we fine? Yes. And then now I have a negative multiplied by a negative, so it means that the whole thing will just be positive. Okay? Makes sense. The negative is gone. And then we know, look at this. We have a sine 15, cos of 15. We have a 2 sine of 15, cos of 15. So it means that if we want to make this sine theta, we can divide by 2, divide both sides by 2. So this will be gone, and I'll be having now 1 over 2 sine of double angle is the same as sine theta cos theta. And then my answer will be 1 over 2 the sine of 2 multiplied by 15, which is the same as 1 over 2. This is sine of 30. And what is the sine of 30? 1 over 2, right? So our answer is 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, and our answer simply gives us 1 over 4. Is yes. Right. Yeah, I'm trying to explain that. Okay, guys, look. Let's start here. I have a sine of 15 cos of 15. I know this has to do with the double angle of sine, but the double angle of sine is sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine of theta cos of theta. But I don't have 2 sine of theta cos of theta. I only have sine theta cos of theta. So I'm asking myself that if I don't have 2 sine theta cos theta, it means the 2 is not there. So let me take what I get from the formula sheet. Let me divide it by 2. Whatever I do on the left, I must do on the right. So now on this side, I will have a sine theta cos theta. Do you agree? And then on the other side, because I cannot divide this 2 by 2, it's the same as me saying 1 over 2 sine of 2 theta. I'm modifying what I see in the formula sheet so that it can accommodate me for my problem. Now it means that my answer here, because I know that if I have sine theta cos theta, I must have 1 over 2 the sine of a double angle, but my angle is actually 15. And then this is the 1 over 2. Do you see? But we know that this is sine of 30, because 2 multiplied by 15 will give us 30. And then we have 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, because the sine of 30 is 1 over 2. This 1 over 2 came from our adjustment. So when you multiply them, they give us 1 over 4. Now, let's go back. Just a bit. Let's go back just a bit. Look at this. The sine of 2 theta of 2a is the same as sine a, 2 sine a cos a. But it can also be manipulated to give us the sine a cos a is the same as 1 over 2 sine 2a. What did they do? What they did this side is just that they just divided by 2. So they had your sine 2a being equal to 2 sine a cos a. But they want to find out what is sine a cos a. So they divided by 2. And whatever you do on the right hand side, you do on the left hand side. So we divide this by 2. So this will divide this. Then now we left with sine a cos a. And then on the other side, it will just be 1 over 2. The sine of 2a. Don't get tempted to divide this by 2. Cannot divide the angle by 2 because the angle is inside sine. So it's just going to be 1 over 2 sine a is equal to sine a over cos a. So you can always play around with getting a formulation, okay? So that it can benefit you. And then straightforward. It looks like this looks like exactly but now theta is not, it has a value, which is 75. So we have the cos of 2, what is theta? 75. And then 75 times 2 is how much? 150. So we have a cos of 150. We can reduce that. it will give us the cos of 180 minus 30. This is simply telling us we are in the second quadrant. What is happening to cos in the second quadrant? It's negative. Ne? We are going to have a negative cos of 30 equals negative square root of 2. This is your most important toolbox. When you get to the exam, please remember to do this. Negative theta. Yellow, okay. All right. This is our toolbox. You need to be able to, you see what I just did now? You need to be able, before you start with your answering of trigonometry, you need to be able to know that in the first quadrant, all of them are positive. In the second quadrant, only sign is positive. Tan, and the fourth one is cos. So the first quadrant, how would you see something in the first quadrant? It's either it's an acute angle which is theta, or it's 90 minus theta. You know you are in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, you will have 90 plus theta, or you will have 180 minus theta. This will tell you that you are in the second quadrant. Remember, your theta needs to, at all times, use an acute one. For third quadrant, 180 plus theta. That's what identifies the third quadrant. The fourth quadrant, you can have a negative theta. If you have a negative angle, you know that, and that angle is acute, you know that you're in the fourth quadrant. Or you can have a 360 minus theta. It will tell you are still in the fourth quadrant. So this is your toolbox you need to know. Once you know this, trigonometry will become very, very easy. Good. And let's continue with double angles. Manipulate this. Yes. And then this is familiar. I know you are excited that you got it right. Thank you. And then what will be the answer? It will be 2. And then this will be the sine double angle of 2,5. And our answer will be 2. And then this will be 45. And our answer will be, let's substitute 1 square root 2. So our answer is 2 square root of 2. Or we can simplify it to say this will be 2 square root of 2 over 2. Then this will divide this, and our answer will just be square root of 2. Either one. for H, I like H, ne? Because H will deal with all the misconceptions we might have. Ne? Speaking like a celebrity. Expand. You're going to be found. Right, it's same as it's easy. I think yesterday I was talking to one of the groups to say if you were to have if I were to have x minus 3 squared, what I would do is actually x minus 3. This one we will normally do, right? But there's also a shorter way of understanding to say you can actually square the first term and then multiply the 2. X multiplied by -3 will give me a -3x. Then I multiply by this 2, and then it will give me a -6x. Then square the other part, which will give me 9. Or you can expand using the FOIL method like we did in the 9. Are we following? Now with this one, you can choose to say, okay, this will be the same as sine square of 15 multiply the 2 and multiply by 2. Sine multiplied by cos will be sine cos multiplied by 2. It will be a positive 2. Sine of 15 cos of 15. And then you square the last one, which will be cos square of theta. But we have 15. Then when you look at this 2, is the sum. It will give me 1. This plus this. Identity grade 11 will give me 1. This is in the formula sheet. It will be plus the sine of 2 multiplied by 50, because this is a downward angle. And then our answer will be 1 plus the sine of 30. And this is 1 plus 1/2. And our solution will be 3/2. So what actually happened there? If you use the FOIL method, you expanded the bracket. Yeah. Because the square is outside, you see? So you multiply this by that. Your answer gave you sine square of 15. Then you multiply this by that. Then you multiply this by that. Then we multiply this by that. It will also give us so when you add these two, they will then give you this. Make sense? Right, yeah, you see, it's immersive. We are flying, we are cruising nicely. Let's increase the pace now. Let me give you a chance to attempt it. We have a sine of 35 equals to P. We want you to express each of the following terms in terms of P. Can we do it right? Thank you. I know it's exciting to do math. We will see that the first one we have to reduce it. Say sine of 5
Thank you.
As soon as I give you this, we think of a triangle. Say, right. This is 35. What is the complementary angle for 35? What will be the middle of this angle? How much? 55. And then you told me the sine of 35 equals to P, so this is the same as P over. So it means that the opposite side, because sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so it means the opposite side is actually P, 35, and the hypotenuse is actually 1. So your duty is to come and find the missing side. So we'll use the Pythagoras theorem. Say r squared is equals to x squared plus y squared. We have y, we have r. So our r is 1 squared. Our x squared, we don't have the x squared. And then plus z squared. Or p, let me say p. I was making an example with z. Okay? So this is p. And then we have 1. 1 squared is 1. It's equals to x squared plus p squared. So I'm solving for x. So we'll transpose this to the other side. So I'm going to have 1 minus p squared equals to x squared. And then my x will simply be the square root of 1 minus p squared, because I'm going to square root both sides. And then we write it here. 1 minus p squared. Now that we have our triangle, before we can even solve the problems, we have our triangle right there. We are able to solve the problems. So this one, it just needs to be reduced. Would you use a 360 or 180? So this will be the same as you say the cos of 325 is equals to the cos of 360 minus 35. We get 35, we get excited because we have a triangle that will represent 35. Ne? So cos is in the fourth quadrant. This is the fourth quadrant. What's happening to cos in the fourth quadrant? It's positive. So my answer will simply be the cos of 35 degrees. And then we go back to the diagram. Say the cos of 35 degrees is adjacent, which is the side, over hypotenuse, which is 1. So my answer is simply the square root of 1 minus p squared. Make sense? Now try B, C, and D. Now that we have a triangle. Try B, C, and D. Are we winning? We're going to break it correct. No? So we should be done with our English by correct. You also get a problem like this in your assignment. Are we okay? What can I say? Okay. The sine of 55 is very simple and straightforward because you have your triangle already there. You say, okay, I have 55 in my triangle. I'm looking for the side. So the sine of 55 will be the opposite over hypotenuse. Right? So your sine of 55 will simply be the square root of 1 minus p squared over y, which is the same as just 1 minus p squared. Good. Now, when you look at C, if you are, remember, you are able to use 35, you are also able to use 55 because you have a triangle for it. You are able to use 90, you are able to use 30, you are able to use 60 and 45 because those are special angles, right? But in terms of 35, you know that if I multiply 2 multiplied by 35 will give me 70. So why don't I make this to be cos of 2 multiplied by 35? And I go to the formula sheet, and when I get to the formula sheet, I can pick any of them. I have 3. So I will use 1 minus 2 sine squared of 35. You can choose 2 cos squared of 35 minus 1. This is a double angle, right? Of course. So you have 3 of them. So you can pick any of them. I chose this. And I know that sine 35 is the same as opposite over hypotenuse, which is just p. But because it's squared, I'm going to square it, and then my answer becomes 1 minus 2 p squared. So also check, that's the reason why we are learning double angles, so we are able to solve problems that have to deal with the double angles. You see that you use 90 minus 20, but you don't have any reference to 20 degrees because you don't have a triangle for 20 degrees. Yeah? So just check if it's not a double angle. Check for example, if you have a 70, just check if you cannot use a double angle. Just check you cannot use a combination of special angles. Just check if you cannot change it into using 90. Eh? If you cannot do that, it must be a double angle. And 35 multiplied by 2 simply shows them that we get 70. Yes. 95. Any plan for 95? The angle? Yes. Anybody? It's 60. You use how much? 60 plus 35. It's 95. We're using compound. We are compounding. So our answer will be, because there's a special angle, the cos of 60, formula sheet. Cos of 35 is a plus, the side will change. No, let's check change that. Let's change that. From the formula sheet, eh? Combination of the cosines and combination of the sines. And this is a special angle. Cos of 60 is the same as 1 over 2. The cos of 35 from the triangle, square root of 1 minus 3 squared. The sine of 60, square root of 3 over 2. And then we multiply it by the sine of 35, which is just p. So this can be simplified further to say this will be 1 minus p squared over 2. And that's how you negative square root of 3p over 2. Same denominator. So our answer will be the square root of 1 minus p squared minus 3 p square root of 3, all of them over 2. But the most important step is your substitution here. The rest is just algebra. Any questions? Yes. I don't want them to come back for this. Yeah. Can I delete? This is all yours. You have 15 minutes for this, then after this, and then we go for break. When you're done, within 15 minutes, we'll give you another homework. Right? Let's do this. Do it quietly, by yourself, without any assistance from your friends, and then let's see how far you go. Use everything that you know. Have a good day. Just to cool down. Yes. Can you go away? Yes. Any volunteer for the first one? Moving nicely. And you are writing different things in the given same answer. I like it. You get through the first one and fine. Now, there are many ways of solving A. There are many ways. There are many ways to solve A, but logically speaking, I will solve because I'm used to reducing. I will reduce the top part. Let me just use blue. So that it can be accurate. Fine. And then I'll simply have second quadrant side is positive. And then I see that this is the same as the sine of at the top. And just simply with 2 sine of 20 cos of 20 at the top. Sine 20 cos 20, this will be by this will be by that, and my answer will become 2. Whatever method that you used, I have seen a couple of answers that we came up with, different strategies that you guys used. That's well done. It shows that you go beyond. So I've seen a lot of interesting things, how people are actually manipulating the whole product so that they can benefit them. Is it how you see it? I will say in mathematics there are many ways to kill a cat, but you need to make sure that cat is died. You should make sure. So congratulations. If your value is 2, all right, let's go for a break.